Hey there, friends and family and first timers. Welcome to Joy the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. I'm Joy, and today is just a free for all. We're checking in to see what's going on to help you out. Um, there we go. There's the nose itch. So, we have two central energies coming in here, and it's hedgehog, be a magnet for light, love, and joy. And then we have gray squirrel. Find new ways of solving problems. So what it is basically you're a lyrical genius. That's not just in your words, it's in the way you love, it's in the way you live. But somehow when it hits a little closer to home, there can be some competition, like butting of heads, some being at odds, and that has been impacting your happiness and your well-being. It's very much impacting like your nadis, your energy flow, the energy that you're sending out, the communication you're sending out into the world, thus what you are attracting and bringing towards you. And it has your world upended. It's kind of like your song being flipped from a treble clef to a bass clef. It's totally different picture than what you were expecting and what you keep striving and working towards. It's almost like operating through a whole different system and you don't know how to change things. But what I see going on here is integrity, long and strong. All right, these are at odds with each other. Home and partnership required. Okay. Oh, put it together and it says, "Hi." That's what's going on here. But it's butting of heads. It's being at odds with yourself. Is feeling like you have to change who you are in order to be loved, to be received. And that's definitely not true. There's an element and a bit of truth to be spoken here, but not so much through your words. It's integrity is oftentimes what we do, our actions aligning with our words. Like actions speak louder than words. So really focusing on coming into oneness with what it is we are saying, how we are living, what we are pursuing, what do we truly desire at the root and the base of it all. And at the root and the base of it all is fehu, possessions. Okay, we've got fulfillment, mindfulness, reward, love shared, when to stand up for yourself and when to stand up to yourself. So this possession here has to do with self-possession, self-control, wisdom, knowledge, self-assurance, insight. And part of that of learning to know yourself is through some mistakes, through some trial and error, through some refinement. So it takes a little time. And definitely what we have out beside it in our one tarot card that has popped up is the Two of Cups. It definitely takes love. It takes love in and out. It takes the milking of love, the working of love. Ask the olive what the olive oil cost, okay? And we can spend that olive oil like it's nobody's business because we only paid money for it. The olive paid its life. So in this case, your happiness and well-being is requiring your life of you. It's requiring devotion and dedication to be of value, to be of elevated value, to be prioritized. That's what I hear them saying. So I want to get another card on that, and then we'll get a like a chakra. They came in together. So hang on a sec. So standing up to yourself and for yourself, how perfect. We have the King of Wands and Justice, bringing balance to your passion, to some of those animal instincts of reactions versus responses. We don't just want to have a reflex that, like when the doctor jabs your knee, that you kick, right? Like I have a friend that always tells everybody, she's like, don't tickle me because I will jackrabbit kick you. She says, I can't help it, it just happens. So that's that fair warning, not wanting to respond in that manner. Like in this case, let that become your lantern, your light, your guiding principle of how to walk in your integrity, okay? To let it be of your choosing, to let it be of discipline and design in your mind, okay? But taking a good look at yourself. Here she's using her sword, her mind, her weapon, right, to ensure balance. Putting it in a position that is beneficial for both, so that she does not draw it and, for one, hurt the other or hurt herself, because as you can see, it's posing like a mirror. Because when we do hurt another, when we strike out, when we lash out, when we jackrabbit kick, when we punch like that, it also hurts the heart of the one who reacts. Okay, so I hope that's clearing that up there. And then the next, over the hedgehog. Look at this. Like, you like the fizzy lifting drink in Willy Wonka, you know, where the bubbles are just going everywhere into the environment, going on around you. And this is very much about your heart energy going on. But your heart being towards the earth, about the earth, of the earth, having to do with tactile, kinetic, passion. But it's not necessarily like just, you know, we think passion and sometimes our mind runs to sex, but it really has to do with colorful creativity, like verve, like zeal. Zeal is the word. Now up above it is tulip, and it says great passion, so it could be these babies right here. It certainly can, but it is more than just that. It has to do with a common connection that with other people who have colorful lives, with people who are magical and somewhat mystical, is what you're letting me know here also. And you'll say, baby, with people who are both cute and clever, not just one but the other. Also, that they are resourceful, devoted, balanced, crafty, and not like a shisty, low vibrational type, but like in an overtone, like in a, like sink in the basket, you know, all net, that type of an energy coming in here. And I don't know what those two are about, so we're going to wait on that for just a minute and get a tarot on this hedgehog, the cute and the clever that we have going on. This little bit of passion that's stirring up, this creative passion, these tulips. Let's see. Will you talk to us? No, not that much. Just 2 cards, please. There's one. One more. Okay. We've got a volunteer right there. Interesting. Interesting when it volunteered the way it came, because it turned, it's coming out as the tower. But this tower, I love it. It's a creative force. It is a force of nature. And it is actually a force of nature. Not just you being a force of nature, not just your creativity, your effervescence, your liveliness, your verve, your bubbliness being a force of nature, which it definitely is. This is your cosmic self, your cosmic being, feeling comfortable in your environment, your own shoes, your own skin, the way you walk about in this world brings in this. Remember, we talked about that kinetic life force. It draws like the stardust down in these beams, these channels of connection that like revitalize any of the dead parts and places in the world around you. Just who you are brings dreams to life. I like that. I like that, friend. So things are looking up, that's for sure, because I've already turned it. And I love that little squirrel. He's a little pointed ear squirrel. He's so cute. He's got things to look forward to, is what you're telling me. And underneath it is the Queen of Wands. How interesting, because he is down here at the bottom partnering. 2 passionate people coming in with power in your hands. And it's what you choose to do with that power. Do you choose to manifest and bring forth light into our world? Do you choose to alter your own space, your own energy first by checking yourself? Is this a time to stand up to yourself, or is this a time to stand up for yourself? And as you begin to weigh that out, you'll often find that conflict is totally unnecessary. Just a moment to look in the mirror. Just a moment to reflect in the mirror and ask, what's best for all? That's a really good question. How would I want to be treated? What's a good way to handle this? Take a little time. Here it's saying that silence is golden. Okay. And duct tape is silver. Just kidding. Ah! All right. But even in the midst of the dark, even in the midst of the noise, let me get that off of here. Even in the midst of all that, it makes space. It makes room for another. It makes room for a differing of opinions. It makes room to find the power of love. Remember what olive oil calls the olive? That pressing of oneself for your essence to come out and create this magic, right? But having a heart that's towards the earth, for the earth, about the good of all, very practical, pragmatic, tangible, that type of energy, it really enhances, well, kind of like the giddiness of your love, the youthfulness of your love, because children are quick to forgive, they're quick to move on, they're quick to adapt and to operate in that energy of your heart. Because if you look closely, there is that warm pink generating around it. Very childlike resilience is what you're saying, and of course that's what showed up here. That life will empower you, life will fulfill you, life will reward you, life will kind of restore you. And that doesn't mean you have to be decimated in order to be restored, meaning restore your debit, credit your debit, that type of energy, more like bank account, bank energy, which makes sense because look at the coins here, favor smiling on you. You know, when you favor life, when you favor beauty, when you favor love, not someone else's idea of what you think it'll be, that if I always bow down or back down or do this or do that, it'll make it better. No. This is a card of balance here. Knowing when to stand up for yourself and when to stand up to yourself, it brings fulfillment. It cultivates this mindfulness. Remember about the silence is golden. Treating others the way you want to be treated, really putting you in a place to have like all of your rays and all of your wands activated at one time, and not over activated, but aligned, harmonized, going together in the same pace, in the same vicinity. Look at this richness coming out around. When you learn how to communicate, because this is very like dominant, throne, steady, stable, decision-based, but this is the communication, the action, the moving forward, the going in it, and the being able to release that power and that energy. Like this is a lot of lower chakra energy going on and releasing it up into that atmosphere and finding delight in what it is to connect with another human being, to do this human thing, this humankind, this human world, this human land of bringing forth the color of love, the color of life. Okay, so we would get chakra card. Look, pink underneath on the bottom. Is that the one? Look, y'all, straight up. Of course it is, because look, we had tulips. We got tulips here. What does it say? Let love in, my friend. And this is card number 4. So it brings about that divine order. It brings it all together. It like wraps it up in a nice little package. I know it may not feel like it in the moment when you're being the olive, making the oil. But after a time or two and you begin to see, look at that, the satisfaction on your face, the pleasantry, like the bright skies, blue days, that type of thing, and you're able to see how it favor smiles on you, how good it feels. Not that compromise of before, is knowing how to navigate that fine line, that sword, remember that edge of the mind between standing up for yourself and standing up to yourself. How do we navigate into this world to bring in that high heart, to bring in the pink? I hope this has helped you all. I love you. We'll talk again soon. Bye.